Sportsnite Niagara is brought to you by Mount St. Mary's Hospital and Health Center, Wendy's Old Fashioned Hamburgers, Total Tan, Crown Plaza, Niagara Falls, Direct Air and Tours, Tim Hortons, Pepsi, New Era, and PurpleEagles.com.
Hello and welcome to the start of another great season of Sportsnite Niagara. I'm your host, Jeremy White. Lots of new things this season. New set, new channel, new host, but all the same coverage and the great coverage that you've come to expect from Sportsnite Niagara. Some great things in the works for viewers this season, and we hope to teach you some things and promise to entertain you every step of the way. So make it a point to be with us weekly here on Sportsnite Niagara. Tonight on the show, we have Niagara men's hockey coach Dave Burkholder. He'll be joining us a little later on. We also have a feature on a unique Niagara student athlete who comes all the way from Niger, Africa, juggling classes, basketball, cold weather, a really great story, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, we're going to start things off with the Niagara women's volleyball coach, and we're honored to be joined by Susan Clemens, who, congratulations first off on this thing, a trophy for the MAC championship. So a great start to your career, your third season as head coach of the Niagara women's volleyball team. So talk to me about what it was this year that really keyed the turnaround. It was a huge turnaround for your program.
We did a lot of work in the spring with just finding leaders for our team to follow and working with them off the court on being committed and having goals. And we really used that to go into the season for the summer, that we wanted to be competitive and improve each year. I didn't set a timetable out for what we really were going to win a championship for. We just knew we could be competitive if we were committed.
Did you set goals as a coach, and maybe you write them on a board. Was one goal win X number of games, and how many goals were listed before win the MAC championship?
A goal that I put up was I wanted to be in the top 6. I thought if we got in the top 6, we would inch closer to the top 4 to be in the tournament. So that was definitely on what you call my board. Another one was I wanted to win more than 10 games in the season so that we were moving in the right direction. And I looked at scheduling things that would be positive for us where we could pick up some wins. So we were able to do that this year to build that confidence that they could be winners, and it just kind of transpired into winning the championship. Well,
23-9 overall, 14-4 in the MAC, both school records. And for you, Coach of the Year honors, how much of a whirlwind was the entire season?
It was like a blink. I think when we came back home after being on the road that last tournament weekend, we started off with Fairfield, who was really tough. And when we played against them and were competitive, but we didn't come out with the win, I thought, okay, we could maybe have some surprises. And then we were able to just come out and just play well when other teams, I think, weren't. And it gave us even more momentum. And we were just able to stay healthy, and we didn't have major injuries. And I think that helped us throughout the entire season.
Was there one moment, it was that game that you're mentioning, one moment where you really thought this team has something? Was that moment?
No, I think when we played Syracuse at home and Michelle James was out with a very bad sprained ankle, and we were playing a Big East team who was bigger and quicker, and they were just a better team, and we came out and we lost in 5, and we were very competitive and just played so hard. I thought, okay, we're going to be good if we just use that and keep getting better.
Now, you mentioned Michelle James, 2009 MAC Setter of the Year. I know you don't want your players ever to be hurt, but as a coach, do you almost kind of welcome the challenge of, okay, I've got to tweak the roster a little bit. I've got to change the lineup. I've really got to coach. I've got to make decisions like that. Do you welcome that in a way? Obviously, you don't want your players to be hurt, but you know what I'm saying. You have to work a little harder.
Maybe
a little bit?
Maybe a little bit, but I don't think the stress is something you always want to deal with. But it gives other players opportunity to step up and show their teammates that they can be put in that situation and perform well, I think would help.
Well, Michelle was one of 2 players honored by the MAC, the Defensive Player of the Year, Hannah Hedrick. Talk to me about her.
Hannah's just the best. She comes in every day, works 100%, and she never complains. She's never one that sits out. She's a tremendous role model for her other teammates, and she does everything that's asked of her and more.
So I'm hearing a story about Deal or No Deal, too. It was on the NU Twitter page. So you're going to have to fill us in what happened. What's Deal or No Deal?
Well, in preseason, we went were in a long run day after day after day, and we wanted to have a little more fun because you could tell homesickness setting in. It was getting tough, and my assistant and I came up with this idea, okay, we'll play Deal or No Deal. One side of the board is like sprints and horrible things, and one side's a lot of fun things. And we would draw a name out of the hat, and someone would come up, and they would open the numbers, and we made it all. And we just made it a lot of fun that day, and they won, you know, a day off, and they won a birthday cake, and they won just different things just to give them a little more team bonding and to show that we as coaches appreciate their hard work.
Yeah, not just team bonding, but also bonding with the coaching staff. It probably went a long way in terms of what your relationship with your team was. So why get into coaching? Why did you pursue this?
My mother was a coach, my uncle was a coach, and I loved playing the game. And when I stepped away after playing and took some time after I got back from playing overseas, I just decided that I do want to be involved in coaching and teaching the game. And so I went and became an assistant and moved up from there.
So the MAC championship led to an NCAA tournament berth, and talk to us about that experience. What did it mean to be playing at Michigan?
It was an overwhelming experience, definitely for our young players, but one that we can learn from and one that we want to get back to. I think it gave them that extra drive that we were looking for as coaches to say, we didn't play our best here, but we want to get back and show that we can play well in the tournament.
So you're going to get another one of these back-to-back? Is there talk out there back-to-back just yet? Have you thought about it?
Of course I thought about it because we don't lose anybody, but you know, you never know what's going to happen in the next season.
Well, congratulations on the Coach of the Year honors. Congratulations on the MAC championship, and best of luck on that back-to-back.
Thank you.
Coming up on Sports Night Niagara, much more. Again, Niagara men's hockey coach Dave Burkholder, and again, the story of one NU student who's got much more on his plate than your average college student.